This debate should be one of two halves. Firstly, it's right the opposition challenged the government on the government's record, but the second part ought to be the fact that the opposition seek to become the government itself. They should be presenting a vision for the country, and they have demonstrably failed to demonstrate that they have a vision for the country that they can deliver in a few weeks' time if they won an election. That part has been wholly absent from this debate so far. Now, on the referendum day 3 years ago, in 2016, during that referendum, I spent a great deal of time talking to constituents and visiting polling stations around my constituency in parts of Wigan and in parts of Bolton. And it was startling. On that day, the polling stations in the poorest neighbourhoods, the poorest communities, those polling stations had a turnout that they had never seen before, far higher than for local elections, far higher than for a general election. This vote on the referendum on the European Union reached out in a way that politicians here have never done before, or at least not for decades. This is one of the key reasons why it's so important to respect this referendum decision. These people who perhaps have never voted before, perhaps they've had the opportunity of decades to vote, and they have chosen to say that there is no election that's important enough that we actually want to engage. Now, this referendum was a vote where they decided to engage in politics, engage in the life of the country. And it's vital that this government now respects that decision. We are leaving the European Union on the 29th of March this year. If this decision is delayed by suspending Article 50 or even cancelling Article 50, that will be a sign to the electorate, all voters, whether leave or remain, that their decision is being disrespected. And worse still, if there's a second referendum to dismiss the first referendum, it will be a sign from this place, your vote was wrong. Get it right the second time. That is repugnant. That will be so damaging to our democracy. I urge the government, focus on delivering Brexit, focus on delivering on the 29th of March, use the opportunity, use the days we have left to get the best deal from the European Union, but on the 29th, we must leave.